The environmental chamber is a fantastic tool that we've brought here to the University of Oregon. We can simulate up to 17,000, 18,000 feet of elevation. As far as the oxygen content, we can bring it up to a very high temperature, so a very hot desert. We can make it very humid. We can make it very dry if we want. We can also make it very cold, and it allows us really to simulate almost any environment where people live long-term on the planet. I'm Christopher Minson. I'm currently Department Head of Human Physiology, as well as a professor in the department. There is no environmental chamber like ours that has all the capacity that ours has in the Pac-12. There's only a couple actually around the country that can do that. We've used the chamber for a number of different things. One area that I've been really fascinated with is how we can use environmental stressors to get people better prepared for competition. Upcoming Olympics, Summer Olympics in Rio, as well as the World Cup will also be in Brazil, and then followed by that, the World Cup will be in Qatar. And so these are places that are going to be very, very hot. In the case of Brazil, hot and humid both. And so these environments will have a huge impact on performance. If an athlete's going to go and perform in a very hot environment, or in a very cold environment, or a higher elevation environment, we can prepare them by having them in those environments during some additional training. So an example of this is by heat acclimating athletes under a certain protocol, we are actually then able to improve their performance even in a cooler environment. So we can prepare them for a hot environment, but if it's not as hot as expected, they're still going to do actually better than they would do if they hadn't had that heat acclimation in the first place. You know, one of the core missions of our department and of the university as a whole is to engage students, both undergraduates and graduates in research. And to me, that's one of the most exciting components of what we do.
My name is Evonuk Brunt. I'm a fifth-year graduate student at the University of Oregon. We increase the expression of what we call heat shock proteins, and these proteins can have effects throughout your whole body. They'll upregulate various molecular pathways that all can improve our cardiovascular health. In addition to that, we have an increase in heart rate, an increase in blood flow throughout the body, both of which are very similar to what we see with a bout of exercise. So we're also getting those same benefits of exercise on the blood vessels in that regard.
My name is Brett Ely. I'm a second-year doctoral student in human physiology and research involving thermoregulation. What athletes have done anecdotally is, rather than if they don't have access to an environmental chamber or live in a hot climate, what they do is they just pile on clothing. The idea is, how well does overdressing mimic a classic heat acclimation?
There's a lot of growth in the human physiology fields and exercise science fields over the last number of years. So the job market's actually quite good for the individuals wanting to major in exercise science and human physiology.